Good evening. I just want to check and make sure. You're Connie, aren't you? Tucker's wife?
What? Yes, that's correct, but who are you and what do you have to do with my husband?
My name's Mariana. I'm a friend of Tucker's.
Mariana, is it? I'm sorry, I don't recall even meeting a friend of Tucker's named Mariana.
Oh, really? That's strange. I went to your wedding and everything. We even spoke for a little while. But I guess there were a lot of other people there, so it's not a huge surprise that you don't remember, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm terribly sorry that I didn't remember you, Mariana.
No, that's all right. You don't need to apologize to me.
So can I ask what this is about then?
Well, the thing is, Tucker, me, and a bunch of our other friends from school went out to drinks tonight. And Tucker drank a lot, like a real lot. So he's passed out on the floor right now, and I don't think he's gonna wake up for a while.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm so sorry about this. Usually Tucker is a much more responsible drinker. I'll come by to pick him up. Are you at the bar or someone's house?
No, you don't need to worry about picking him up. We're at a bar, but Tucker's gonna spend the night at a different friend's house. I just thought that it would be best to contact you and let you know, since you might get concerned about him if he didn't come home tonight.
Ah, okay. Now I see. Well, thank you very much for letting me know, Mariana. I appreciate that. If you don't mind me asking, whose home will he be staying at?
Oh, don't worry about that either. He's going to a male friend's house, not mine.
Oh, okay then. Thanks for telling me.
You don't really seem to be too concerned about him.
Oh, don't I? Well, I suppose I trust Tucker enough to let him go out with his friends every now and then.
So you're really not that worried, huh? Man, if I were in your shoes, I'd be pacing the floor right now. Like, even if he were actually staying with a male friend.
Wait a second.
Oh, what? Oopsie doopsie. Looks like I've had a little bit too much to drink. You can go ahead and disregard that last text. I have no idea what I was talking about.
I think I'm entitled to an answer. What did you mean when you said even if he were actually staying with a male friend? That makes it sound like you weren't telling me the truth earlier when you told me he was staying with one of his male friends.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Hey, I'm Connie. If I tell you this, can you promise not to tell Tucker that you heard about it from me?
I suppose that depends on what it is you're about to tell me, but all right, go ahead, Mariana.
Well, the thing is, it does seem like Tucker is seeing somebody, and they're pretty serious.
Seeing somebody? Pretty serious? Are you telling me Tucker is having an affair?
I don't think I should say any more. That's all I know, honestly. That's all that Tucker told me anyway. He said that he's seeing someone and they're pretty serious.
I see.
I'm really sorry you had to find out like this, Connie. It must come as a massive shock to you. But for what it's worth, Tucker has a lot on his mind right now.
What do you mean?
Well, I know this is kind of a personal issue, but you're dealing with infertility right now, aren't you, Connie? Like, you're seeing a doctor for it and everything?
I don't believe this. Did you hear that from Tucker too?
Yeah, sorry.
How could he go around telling other people our personal business?
Speaking as that particular other person, I can assure you that he's not just going and telling everybody about it. He and I have known each other since high school. He trusts me. There's no way he would tell me otherwise. So yeah, you know how much Tucker likes kids and has always wanted to be a father. It was a really, really big shock for him when he found out. So I hope you won't give him too much of a hard time about cheating, okay?
How I deal with my husband is for me to decide, not you. I'll keep my promise not to tell him that you told me, but I am not making any other promises.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I shouldn't have tried to force my way into your business, but I'm really sorry about that. Forget I ever said it, okay? I guess it's enough conversation for one night. I'll let you go. I'm sure you have a lot to think about. Good morning, Connie.
Mariana, good morning. Well, to what do I owe the pleasure of hearing from you today?
Actually, I had a question for you. What's it like living with a man who has no feelings at all for you anymore?
Excuse me?
You still haven't confronted Tucker about his affair, have you?
And what business is that of yours? I was under the impression from our last conversation that you didn't have anything to do with Tucker's affair.
You have got to be kidding me. You really didn't realize that I'm the woman Tucker was having an affair with?
I had my suspicions. You were acting awfully evasive during that conversation, even for someone who's had a bit too much to drink. You knew far too much about our personal affairs for someone whose only connection to Tucker was going through the same high school.
So, you did catch on. Wow. So you knew that Tucker was more serious about another woman than you, but you still didn't confront him about it? Man, you must be desperate to save your relationship with him.
You're free to interpret my actions however you'd like.
Ooh, looks like I hit a nerve. But it's all right, Connie. You don't have to put up with this loveless marriage any longer. As a matter of fact, you're free to leave that lovely little house of yours whenever you'd like. So start packing up your stuff as soon as possible, okay?
What are you trying to say?
I've got great news. I'm pregnant with Tucker's baby. So he no longer needs a useless woman like you around. From now on, I'm the one who's going to be by Tucker's side every night. So like I said, pack your crap up and get out. I won't let you get in the way of our love any longer.
Wait, you mean I can leave?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Of course you can. Tucker's going to divorce you and get remarried to me. He's told me all about how desperate he is to get rid of you.
Wow. Tucker really says he wants to get a divorce?
That's right. He doesn't have any feelings for you at all anymore. Not just that, he says he regrets ever marrying you in the first place. Would you like to know what he calls you when you're not around? Connie the Con. Get it? Because you pretended you could give him children when your womb was actually a barren wasteland. Sorry, Connie, but Tucker decided that he would prefer a youthful, beautiful woman like me over you.
I see. So it's really you that Tucker's been having an affair with, Mariana?
You still don't believe me?
Well, it's just that you seem to be completely insane. It could simply be that you're lying in an attempt to drive me and Tucker apart.
I'm not lying.
I don't know. It's still pretty hard to believe. Do you have any evidence that you're having an affair with him?
What, you want evidence? How about I send a bunch of pictures and videos we took together? Even some with more intimate videos. Is that what you want?
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
And you think I'm insane? You must have, like, a humiliation fetish or something. You really want to see your husband in the act with a woman who's prettier than you?
Yes, I'd love to see as many pictures and videos as you can send. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, does Tucker know that you're contacting me right now?
I figured after the last time we talked that you would go and confront him about it yourself, so no, I haven't told him. But I'm not lying. If you don't believe me, you can always just ask Tucker yourself.
Actually, if it's all the same to you, how about we keep our communications secret from Tucker for a while?
What? Why, though? Are you still hoping for a way to avoid a divorce? You're so desperate. Don't forget, Connie, Tucker's baby is growing bigger and stronger inside of me every single day. I want to get married as soon as possible.
Look at it from my point of view, Mariana. I just now learned that my own husband got another woman pregnant. I was suspecting him of having an affair, but for him to have a love child, I never saw that coming. Don't you think I deserve some time to calm myself down before I make any big decisions?
Fine. How much time are we talking about?
Just a week is fine. If you agree to not tell anything to Tucker, then in 1 week I'll be gone.
And what's in it for me?
It's either you give me a week or I will do everything in my power to make this divorce drag on as long as possible. You know how long it takes to sue someone for a divorce? There's court hearings, lawyer meetings, it's a real mess, and it'll take at least 6 months, probably closer to a year. If you want to marry Tucker before the baby is born, then you'll do what I say.
Wait, does it really take that long to get a divorce?
If I drag my feet, then yes.
Fine, have it your way. You've got 1 week, but no longer.
Thank you for your cooperation. You have my word, Mariana. In 1 week, I will divorce Tucker and move out of the house.
You better keep your word. And when you move out, leave your key in the mailbox so I can pick it up.
As you wish.
Seriously, though? You're kind of acting like a major loser right now. Like, you know that you and Tucker are going to get divorced. There's no way around that. But you're still threatening to drag out the divorce proceedings? Pathetic. I mean, it's all your fault this is happening for being a useless woman anyway. You've got 7 days, Connie. I want you gone no later than 6 o'clock p.m. on the dot. Hey, Connie, what gives? I just used your key to get into Tucker's house, but there's practically nothing in here. No furniture, no nothing. Basically, all that's left is Tucker's personal stuff.
Did you think I was going to leave my things behind? I'm the one who paid for most of our possessions. The sofa, TV, refrigerator, microwave, that was all stuff that I brought back when I was single. They're mine.
You didn't have to take it all with you. I was planning on spending a relaxing evening in my new house tonight, but with no towels and no hairdryer, no shampoo, how am I supposed to take a bath like this?
How about you go get your darling Tucker to buy some new things for you? Besides, I was the one who did all the interior design for the two of us up until now. You wouldn't want to live in a house designed by the woman you replaced, would you?
When you put it that way, yeah, I guess you're right. And you also do deserve some leniency given the situation. I mean, you just got kicked to the curb because you can't get pregnant. Your defective lady parts cost you your comfortable life in this awesome house. It must be so hard to be infertile.
I don't need any of your backhanded sympathy, Mariana.
But I'm serious. I really do feel bad for you. You can't even have one single baby, but I'm going to give Tucker all the babies he could ever want. We're going to single-handedly change the country's birth rate.
You think you can raise that many kids?
We want to have 3 kids at least. And Tucker has more than enough money to support a family of 5.
You think so?
Well, let's see. He lives in a super sweet house. He drives a super sweet car. He even has a super sweet watch. And he's always giving me luxury brand handbags, perfumes, and everything.
Those are all mine.
Huh?
Despite what you've done to me, you're pregnant, so I'll give you this one final warning. Tucker is lying to you, Mariana.
He's lying? About what? You're the one he was lying to.
I know Tucker has done his best to give you the impression that he's fabulously wealthy, but he doesn't actually have any money.
Connie? Really? Really now? I mean, come on. Are you ever going to just accept that you've lost? This is just pathetic. He loves me, not you, and there's nothing you can do to change that. I know you're terrified of losing your lifestyle, but you're going to have to do better than stupid lies like that. Seriously, aren't you embarrassed to be doing this after dragging things out as long as possible?
Despite whatever you may think of my motivations, the truth is that I simply wanted to wait until the most ideal moment to divorce him. I wonder what he's going to think when he comes home from work and finds me gone.
Probably something along the lines of, yes, that barren old hag is finally gone.
For your sake, I hope you're right. I wouldn't be so confident if I were you, though.
Honestly, this obnoxious personality of yours alone should have been enough for Tucker to divorce you. I'm surprised he didn't leave you the second he found out that you were obnoxious and infertile. How about you getting thrown aside as an opportunity to fix that awful personality of yours? Connie, I'm sorry.
Looks like you found out that I was right about everything, huh?
Yes, you were right about everything. Tucker said he never wanted to leave you at all.
Yep, I was right about that, too.
So you knew?
That's right. Tucker was only ever after my money from the very beginning. Right up until the day we got married, he was a great guy, hardworking, trustworthy, honest. Then after we got married, he started using me like his own personal ATM machine. That's when I realized that he never actually loved me at all. Oh, and there's one more thing that you should be aware of. I'm not infertile. Tucker was always so busy spending my money at bars and casinos that we never had any time to try and conceive.
But you've been married for 2 years already, and I just learned yesterday that you're the CEO of a real estate investment firm. You've got more than enough money. You could have divorced Tucker at any time you wanted. Why did you wait until now?
Because I actually liked him when we got married. I wanted him to go back to being the Tucker that I used to know, so I gave him a year to change his ways. But after a year passed, I learned about Tucker's escapades with women. When I confronted him about it, he immediately got down on his knees and begged me to forgive him. He told me that he could change and asked me to trust him just one more time, so I did. But now I see that I should never have trusted him to begin with.
He also told me yesterday that he didn't have as high of a salary as he told me at first. I mean, a man at his age making that little? If I had known that, I would have never tried to get with him.
I'm surprised you didn't know. Weren't the two of you close friends?
Oh yeah, about that. We weren't actually friends from high school. I met him for the first time that night at the bar.
Ah, I see. Well, that explains why you don't know a lot of things about him that a friend should.
Hey, so what would you say to getting back together with Tucker?
Yesterday you were telling me to divorce him.
Well, yeah, but
Let me guess. Tucker told you to talk me out of divorcing him, didn't he?
he told me that if the two of you got divorced, then he wouldn't accept our child as his.
And why would that be an issue? All you'd need to do is get a paternity test done. That would take care of everything.
I don't have that kind of money, and there's no way he's going to pay for it. I'm already 6 months pregnant, so I can't just get rid of it. If I had known things were going to turn out this way, I would have gotten rid of it right away.
Look, Mariana, I know things may seem bleak for you right now. You probably think there's no possible way you're going to be able to go on like this. I'll bet that even as we speak, you're spiraling deeper and deeper into a crippling depression. I can't imagine what sort of overwhelming panic you must be feeling about the future.
Is there a point to this, or are you just going to keep going on and on about how screwed I am?
It's the second option. Life sucks, but you have no choice but to press on. Remember, your kid is an innocent party in all of this.
How is it innocent? This thing has Tucker's DNA in him, doesn't he? And I don't want to raise a kid that's going to be like him.
What's worse is that your baby has both Tucker's genes and yours.
What am I going to do? I thought that I was going to start a new life living in a nice house with Tucker. But now I'm left penniless, homeless, and husbandless. And I'm pregnant. Why is this happening to me?
Do you really need to ask? Everything that's happening to you right now is the result of your own actions. Granted, Tucker also shares some of the blame for being a lying, cheating scumbag, but you were complicit in the affair. You knew that he was married when you slept with him and when you decided to keep your baby.
I only did this because Tucker said that he would take responsibility.
You're proving my point, you know. You refuse to accept any responsibility.
But how am I responsible? Tucker tricked me. He said he was going to marry me and take care of our baby, but that was all a lie. So please, Connie, I'm begging you. Please take Tucker back. Do it for me.
I'm not doing it for you, Tucker, or anyone else. I'm divorcing Tucker, and that's final. It'll be a lot easier thanks to all the photo and video evidence you provided me with. Plus, with you and the baby for Tucker to worry about, the timing is perfect all around. How do you expect me to pass up an opportunity this incredible to get rid of him?
Aren't you at all concerned about what's going to happen to the baby if Tucker won't take me back? I can't go to my parents for help. I'd have to tell them that the father was a married man. So my only option is to raise it alone, which I can't do.
This is what I don't get. Why do I have to stay married to a man who has cheated on me multiple times for the sake of his love child? It doesn't make a bit of sense. And by the way, I'm pretty sure your parents are also aware of your situation.
What?
Oh, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, the lawyer said he won't be serving you until today. So in any case, they'll know by probably around mid-afternoon.
What? You're serving me at my parents' house.
Yeah, that's the only address of yours that I knew. And besides, you quit your job when you got pregnant, so you don't have any money. So I figured you'd have to tell your parents I was suing you eventually, since you'd need them to pay the damages for you.
But Tucker said he was going to pay.
Tucker doesn't have any money, remember?
But he promised me. He promised me that he'd help me out with whatever I needed.
Yeah, and he promised you he was going to marry you too, but how did that turn out for you? In any case, you can take that up with him yourself. Tucker's been blowing up my phone with messages begging me not to leave him. I still have to meet with my lawyer about the divorce. And I have about 1 billion other things I need to do, so I don't have time to be messing around with you.
This is terrible. I can't take care of a baby. And once my parents find out, they're going to disown me for sure. Please, Connie, you've got to help me. Tucker won't listen to me, but maybe he'll listen to you.
I am astonished at you, Mariana. You came to me bragging that you had stolen my husband away from me, and now you're crawling to me for help? Honestly, have you no shame at all? I have no interest in helping either you or Tucker with anything. Tucker is in your hands now. You'll have to find some way to slap some sense into him yourself.
So sorry for everything I did to you, Connie. I apologize. So how about this? Why don't you just pretend like you're going to stay with Tucker? Just long enough for him to sign the birth certificate?
I said no, and I meant it. This is your mess. You can clean it up like any good adult. Good luck with Tucker. If you can fix him, you're far more of a woman than I am. As I expected, Tucker dragged his feet through the entire divorce process, but after 6 months of talks between our lawyers, I was finally able to divorce him. Tucker was absolutely desperate to keep me because losing me meant losing the lifestyle he'd grown accustomed to. However, thanks to the mountains of evidence that Mariana was kind enough to provide me with, he was only successful in delaying the inevitable. The final piece of the puzzle was getting Tucker to admit that he was the father of Mariana's baby. I forced him to take a paternity test, and the result came back exactly as you'd expect. Don't get me wrong, though, I still haven't forgiven Mariana. She did show a good deal of bravery in going to her parents and admitting what had happened, so I thought I could at least cut her some slack. Also, I wanted to make sure that poor child wouldn't be abandoned at a fire station in the middle of the night. With paternity established, Tucker is now on the hook for child support. Now, with Tucker's already low salary, I'm sure that it will not be easy for him to support himself after those payments are garnished from his wages. I hope that as he struggles for the next 18 years, he'll think about the life he used to live and regret the horrible decisions he's made. As for me, with the divorce settled, I can now finally take some time to recover from the emotional wounds left by my marriage. There are times when I think about all the things I let Tucker get away with and feel an overwhelming sense of shame. But time heals all wounds, as they say. From now on, I plan to spend some time with my family and friends, the people who truly care about me. With their help, I'm sure I can go back to a brighter, happier version of myself in no time.